Before moving on to the story, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and like the video. I need support. Enjoy watching.
One day, a big club discovered me. I was no longer just a kid playing football with a paper ball in the street. I was about to play with a real football. I was stepping into the professional football world, something I had dreamed of for years. Bullying and poverty were behind me. My father's words, "Stay strong, Allie," echoed in my mind. I was no longer just a street kid. I was the future football star. This was the biggest victory of my life. Everything started when Michael noticed me. From that moment, everything changed. The club gave me a chance, but this opportunity didn't come easy. Challenges kept following me. Some of the other kids at the club would mock me, saying, "What is someone like you doing here?" I remembered how they used to laugh at me, the kid who played with a paper ball in the street. But despite their mockery, I worked harder every day. I ran more, trained more, and sweated more. I never forgot what Michael and my father told me. Don't let challenges stop you. Let them make you stronger. Over time, I improved my skills at the club. With every training session, every match, I became better. One day, we entered a big tournament. That day was a turning point for me. Despite bullying, poverty, and not being able to go to school, I was here, on this team. Finally, we won the tournament. That victory wasn't just about playing football. It was about creating real change in my life. My father's eyes, my mother's smile, and the encouragement Eric gave me, all of that made the championship we won that day the moment I found the meaning of my life. Then one morning after another practice, Michael approached me and said, "Ali, I'm recommending you to a professional club." My heart started racing. A big club. From where it all began, now I was stepping into the professional world. My dreams were coming true. When I started playing in the street, football was just a game. Now it was offering me the biggest opportunity of my life. Bullying, poverty, everything was behind me. I was a footballer now, a future star. The first days at the new club were tough. Everything was so different. The training sessions were harder, the pace was faster, and the opponents were stronger. Some of the kids at the club mocked me, saying, "What is someone like you doing here?" One kid even laughed and said, "How can someone who played with a paper ball be a professional?" But I didn't give up. Those taunts reminded me that I had to work harder. I decided to run more, train harder, and push myself further. Michael always told me, "Don't let challenges break you. Let them make you stronger." So I kept working, kept believing, and kept pushing myself every day. One day, the big tournament came. The whole team was focused on this one competition. The opponents were strong, but so were we. That day, we won the tournament. That victory didn't just mean we were good at football. It meant I was changing my life. Now, I wasn't just playing football. I was becoming a real footballer, one step closer to my dreams. After the tournament, the club officials came to me with a serious offer. They told me I could transfer to a professional team. At that moment, everything changed. The bullying, the poverty, the lack of education, all of it was in the past. I was a professional now. Michael's opportunity, my father's wisdom, and Eric's support had all brought me here. I had gone from playing with paper balls on the street to becoming a football star. One morning after a regular training session, the club manager came to me and said, "Ali, we're recommending you to a top club." My heart raced. I was now on the path I had always dreamed of. I wasn't just a kid playing with a paper ball anymore. I was playing with a real football in the world of professional football. Everything had changed. Football had become my life. This journey didn't just give me the chance to be a footballer. It gave me the chance to find the meaning of my life. The next few months were a whirlwind. The training at the new club was intense. The coaches pushed us to our limits, expecting nothing less than perfection. The pace was faster, the drills harder, and the competition tougher. But I was determined to prove myself. Every time I felt exhausted, I thought about my father's words, "Stay strong, Ali." I pushed through the pain, pushing myself harder than ever before. The other players were talented, and some of them had been in the professional world for years. I was still the new kid, the one who had come from nothing. But I refused to let that define me. I was determined to earn my place on the team. I remembered those days when I played with a paper ball in the streets. dreaming of a better life. Now I was here, and I wasn't going to let it slip away. One day during a particularly tough practice, I made a mistake. The coach called me out in front of everyone. Ali, you need to focus. You're better than this, he said, his voice stern. I felt embarrassed, but I knew it was a wake-up call. I couldn't let one mistake hold me back. I trained harder the next day, determined to show that I belonged. The other players might have doubted me, but I wasn't going to doubt myself. After weeks of hard work, the day of our first big match arrived. It was a huge opportunity, and I knew I had to perform. The pressure was intense, but I remembered why I was here. I wasn't just playing for myself. I was playing for my family, for my father, for the kid who once kicked a paper ball in the dirt. I was playing to prove that dreams could come true no matter where you come from. The match was intense. The team we were facing was one of the best in the league. But we fought hard, and I gave everything I had. In the final minutes of the game, I found myself with the ball at my feet, facing the goalkeeper. The crowd was silent, watching, waiting. I took a deep breath and made my move. I kicked the ball with all my strength, and it flew past the keeper into the net. I had scored my first professional goal. The stadium erupted. My teammates ran to congratulate me, but I just stood there for a moment, taking it all in. It was the moment I had dreamed of, the moment I had worked so hard for. I had made it. I wasn't just a kid from the streets anymore. I was a professional footballer, and I had earned my place. That goal marked a turning point in my career. From that moment on, my confidence grew. I knew I had the ability to succeed, and the other players started to take notice. I wasn't the kid who had played with paper balls anymore. I was a force to be reckoned with, but I knew that I couldn't stop now. I had to keep pushing, keep improving, keep proving that I belonged in this world. The season went on, and I continued to improve. I scored more goals, made more assists, and became a key player on the team. But I never forgot where I came from. Every time I stepped onto the field, I remembered the days of playing in the dirt with a paper ball. I remembered my father's encouragement, my mother's sacrifices, and Eric's unwavering support. Those memories kept me grounded, reminding me that the journey wasn't just about football, it was about everything that had brought me here. Then during a critical match against one of our biggest rivals, I suffered an injury. It was a severe ankle sprain, and the doctors told me I would be out for several weeks. I was devastated. This was the moment I had worked for, and now it felt like it was slipping away. But I wasn't about to give up. I remembered everything I had fought for, my family, my dreams, and the road I had traveled to get here. I knew I couldn't let one injury define me. During my recovery, I continued to push myself, working with the team's physiotherapists and coaches to get back on the field as quickly as possible. It wasn't easy. Every day I felt frustrated, and there were times when I doubted myself. But I kept thinking about the kid who once played with a paper ball and how far I had come. I wasn't going to stop now. Finally, after weeks of hard work, I was ready to play again. My first match back was even more intense than the first one. The crowd was cheering, and I could feel the weight of the expectations on my shoulders. But I wasn't afraid. I had faced worse obstacles before. I stepped onto the field, and once again, I gave everything I had. In that match, I scored another goal. This time, it was a powerful header that secured the win for our team. The stadium erupted, and my teammates rushed to congratulate me. But all I could think about was how far I had come. From the streets of my village to the bright lights of the professional world, I had achieved my dream. And I knew this was just the beginning.